Hello, everyone. I'm Severiano Paoli. I'm a professional double bass player from the Netherlands. I do play in the fixed group of the North Pole Orchestra, which is my main orchestra here. I do a lot of early music, and I do freelance pretty much all over Europe as a bassist and as a teacher. This is a bow that I'm quite enjoying actually. I have had I've owned some carbon bows in my life. I actually used to own a CodaBow like maybe 10, 12 years ago. But it's not even close to this one. I have to say this is a huge improvement. This bow, as I told you when I received it, that from the first moment I had it in my hand, I felt how comfortable it is. It's extremely friendly. If it were an electric guitar, I would say this is plug and play. I just took it out of the box, put some rosin, and started playing and felt at home, which is remarkable. That's not something that you get very often with bows. Like I literally can't find any area on throughout the whole bass where it doesn't work, which is very satisfactory. Yeah, I have to say I really like the balance of the German bow. It's not too heavy on the front, not too heavy on the tip. It's just there. So I also like that the curve is not particularly pronounced. So this is a good thing on both because it gives you the possibility to speak a little more. Articulations come out easier. For my taste, this is the perfect balance. That's the first, this thing that I noticed as I took it out of the box and they took it in my hand. Say, wow, I like the balance. Regardless of how it sounds, but I really like how it feels. And then I also like how it sounds. Again, this thing of the balance actually means a lot because I find that it's just ideal. I can manage to do whatever I want. It's also very transparent, so it really gives to the string what I'm doing. It retransmits the string what I'm doing with my arm. Yeah, it does exactly what I want. Some bows tend to color the sound a little more, tend to kind of take the lead also in terms of articulation. This bow does what I want, which in a way also forces me to play well because I can't be sloppy. But again, this is a very good thing on a bow when, especially for a professional, when it does what you have in mind and not what he has in mind. So I like it a lot in somewhat more modern music. So I would say 20th century music. But to be honest, I've played a bit of everything with it lately, and I've been satisfied also. I mean, with the classical repertoire, romantic repertoire, and such. Sound-wise, though, I find this bow to be on the bright side. So I think I would use it more maybe for chamber music or solo program. This is probably not the bow I would use for heavy orchestral repertoire, where I'm looking for rather darker tone. So, but also I have to say I would also use another instrument. But for heavy orchestral play, maybe I would use something else. But in chamber music, I already use it and it works really well. And for soloing, I really like it, especially in the high register. what I noticed is that I have a lot of control. So if I'm playing a very long note, which I need to sustain and I want to make some nuance, I can very easily do it. I'm literally using like a quarter of the hair, and it's so easy to control. Some other bows I've tried in the past, I would get, of course, then I'd learn how to control it, but I get something like, you know what I mean? Like a bit of bounce out of control here, bow stays on the string, the move. So this is really, really excellent, I find, having this type of control. So I would say if anything that needs to be sung, let's say, when you want that type of colors, that's absolutely something where this bow excels. And I don't play much contemporary music, but I reckon that a contemporary music player would actually enjoy this even more, because they do all type, of peculiar colors, flautato, harmonics, you name it. So that would work really well in that. Also, I really like the control at the tip. It is incredibly easy to do, and it is way more complicated as a movement than it looks. But with some bows tend to get in the way, and this doesn't. I really like the balance. That's to me like the best thing this bow has. The balance is perfect. So don't change it. Keep it as it is. It's really awesome. Yeah, I like the tone. I'm not a big lover of white hair, but you can always put black hair or synthetic, any kind. But still, I like the basic tone that it has. I'm actually quite sure that with black hair, it gets even more in the direction that I like. So, and that's a very easy change. And but the basic tone is nice because it's a quite noble tone, resonant. I would say 75% soloistic, 25% orchestral from what I feel. And yeah, I like how friendly it is. Honestly, it doesn't happen so often that I just take a bow in my hand and it's just, wow, there. So that's something that impresses me big time. Also, I find that the dimension and the shape of the frog is ideal, at least in my hands. It really fits my hand perfectly. I like the fact that it's slightly slanted inwards. And yeah, you kind of hug the frog. I don't have particularly big hands to be a man, but yeah, it's just perfect. Just fits my hand perfectly. So that's a big plus because it makes it very comfortable. I think this is also a very good average for for the average player. This works really well. For my own taste, and here we're really into the realm of personal taste, I would probably put either black hair, maybe synthetic, that it's the hair I'm using on my most of my bows. But again, that's really a nuance, and that's really a matter of what I like. So you can ask other bass players who are more keen on white hair. Also, there's white hair, and white hair depends what you like. So I think this is something that is more to be left to after the purchase. You can just experiment with it. I have to say, even though I don't usually use white hair, I'm still very satisfied with this hair. So it can just get better, if anything. The thing is, again, it's super friendly. If I were playing it blindly, I wouldn't be able to say this is carbon ball, which is possibly the biggest complaint you can get on a carbon ball, if you know what I mean. So anyway, thank you so much. It's really been a pleasure. And now let me go to practice. I'm gonna enjoy this bow even more. Have a good one.